everyone, so today I am back and I will be showing you the best keto chocolate chip cookie recipe. I personally am not a huge fan of the keto diet. I just feel like it's too restrictive. I'm more of a fan of the intuitive eating diet, but I'm a fan of people eating what they want to eat, and if that means making keto chocolate chip cookies, I am totally all about that. And today I will be cooking with my brother Liam.
Hi.
And these keto cookies aren't crumbly, they're not dry like most keto desserts. They're super gooey and they're honestly the best keto cookies that I've ever tasted and the best ones that I have seen on Pinterest so far. So let's get into the recipe. First, you're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees before you start any of the other steps. So our first step is going to include almond flour, xanthan gum, baking soda, and baking powder. So the first ingredient we're going to add is the xanthan gum, and we are going to add 1/4 teaspoon. Now we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Now we add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, but really I kind of just shake it out until I feel like it looks like it's a teaspoon. Really, I like my cookies a little bit on the saltier side. Next, we're going to be adding the almond flour, and that is going to be 1 1/4 cup and then 2 tablespoons. Next, you just whisk it. Next, we're going to be adding 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter at room temperature. I usually will heat it up just a little bit in the microwave so that it's soft enough to mix into the dry mixture and make it a little bit crumbly. Next, you're going to add your room temperature butter. Mine got a little bit melted, but it really doesn't make that much of a difference. It just is going to make the mixture a little bit crumbly, which is exactly what you want, and that's what makes it super gooey and not super dry. And then next you're just going to whisk that together until you have a crumbly mixture, and the little clumps of butter are what make it super fluffy and buttery and gooey versus really dry, which is personally how I feel like most keto desserts end up tasting. Then you're going to set this bowl aside and then grab a slightly smaller bowl where you're going to mix your wet ingredients.
First, we're going to add 6 1/2 tablespoons of Splenda. Next, we're going to add 3 1/2 tablespoons of stevia. Then you add 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
And I usually don't measure this out super precise because I like a lot of vanilla extract.
Super tasty. If you want to be fancy, you can add a little dash of maple extract. Then we are going to crack 2 eggs into the bowl.
Then we are going to whisk this together. We are going to add our wet mixture to the mixture that we had done earlier. Then you just whisk these two together. to mix it until you get a texture that's kind of runny, a little bit too runny for a normal cookie dough, which will end up fixed when we put it into the fridge for about 15-20 minutes. But just mix until it is fully combined. It should smell really good.
Smells like maple syrup, very tasty.
Then, because I'm kind of going with a maple vibe for these, I'm adding some sugar-free syrup to it, just to kind of give it a little more of that maple taste. I put in about 1 teaspoon, not a lot, just because the maple extract will be kind of strong. Then just mix.
Now we're gonna add some dark chocolate chips to our mixture.
You're going to add about half a cup of chocolate chips. I feel like when you add more of the chocolate chips, it's gooier and it just makes it taste a little bit better, especially since, like I said, keto desserts are a little bit more on the dry side. And then just mix those together.
Okay, chips. Oh, dark chocolate is very good.
After you mix it all together, you're going to put it in the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's cool and firm and then resembles more of a cookie dough texture.
A few moments later.
After about 15 or 20 minutes, you should have a mixture that resembles cookie dough and is able to be formed into balls. This amount of mixture usually makes about 12 to 15 cookies and is ready in about 8 to 9 minutes. Next, we're going to grease 2 baking sheets. I like to use Crisco when I grease my baking sheets. I think it makes the bottoms the most crispy and it makes them not stick as much. Next, we're going to scoop the cookie dough into balls about that size. And then I form them into the shape of a cookie. Mine are about 1.5 inches, 2 inches wide. I find that just to be the best size.
If you don't put them in a perfect shape like that, it doesn't have to be a perfect shape. So because it's gonna come out in just the shape of a cookie.
The net carbs in these cookies is 3.9 grams, which is actually not a lot when you compare it to the average cookie. An Oreo is about 10 carbs, so these are super low carb in comparison to the average cookie. Now, you don't have to worry about these cookies being too close to one another. They don't expand too much, really at all, so you don't have to worry about them being too big, because whatever you put them right here is going to be the size that they will come out at. Now place the cookies in the oven for about 8 to 9 minutes or until they are golden brown.
Yeah, that's doing pretty good.
A few moments later.
Cookies are now out of the oven and we're gonna let them cool down just a little bit. They should be just a tad underbaked and you're supposed to leave them on the pan just a little bit longer so that the inside can coat just a little bit more and leaves them a little bit gooey on the inside. Definitely my best batch yet. So that is actually all for our video today. And I really hope that you tried out this recipe and that you enjoyed it. It really is the best keto chocolate chip cookie recipe that I have found so far, and it is so good. It makes the cookies not dry, it's super delicious, and it is approved by someone who is not a fan of the keto diet. So I would say that they are a good choice for anyone who is looking for a low-carb option for chocolate chip cookies.
Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and turn on notifications.
So make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, and tune in for the next video. Bye!
Bye!